Hello there, Chad Remington here. I should probably look in the camera. The lead expert reporter for the prestigious Diamond Dynasty League. Great to be back with you. Um, we're gonna do a power rankings for the 2021 season, as well as a Dynasty power rankings, more of like a 3 to 5 years down the line. I might have already recorded this, but the headset was turned off the entire time, so. Um, we learned it needs to be a little faster, so we're going to try to move along with this. And yeah, we'll go team by team. Starting it from 1 to pick 16. Might be some, overlaps on our previous round one. What is it? Round 8 review. So we have a full draft review, and we'll go from there. I hope everyone had a lot of fun with the draft. I heard a lot of people had fun. There's a couple whiners out there. I don't know why, people. It's like they didn't know basic math that a 16 team 20 round couldn't be done in 1 or 2 days, or couldn't be done in person. Um, just a lot of people not using their brains and crying. But I think overall everyone had fun. Hope you did. Um, but yeah, let's get started with this. Let's get moving. We're gonna start off with Ryan's team. I am a fan of this team. I think these top three picks are arguably one of the top three in the league as far as picks go for this draft. I think Etienne is showing up in camp already, so looking good. Reached on Tannehill again, but not a great future, but um, pick, but got his guy. I think we're kind of we got a younger squad here, but then we're also got a couple people here that'll compete for kind of just this year. So I think this will be a competitive team, kind of a especially if McCaffrey's going to show up. I mean, this team's going to be scary. Um, let's just quick look down here. I think the issue with this team is wide receiver depth. Wide receiver depth, though. I do like San Francisco, though. I think they're going to be really good, though. So maybe Debo will step up. Christian Kirk kind of on the out, so I am a fan of him, though. Darius Slayton getting replaced. MVS actually could have been a good pick. I don't have too much. I don't have anything good or bad to say about these picks. I don't hate them, don't love them, but I think this is a good. He's got a good young definition of this team alongside. I think he'll compete this year, but a lot wide receiver depth and flex depth might really hurt this team by getting this reaching for Tannehill here, and also Higbee, which maybe could have been maybe later, but also a really good pick here. So I might I don't. This might be a little harsh just because you're the first person on this list, but I'm gonna put you right here. I do like the younger. I think you got a good young core though in the top three, so I think I'm gonna put you right in the middle. This is a little harsh, I think, but we'll go on. I do like this squad though. Christopher Shozy. Let's make sure this mic isn't muted. Okay, all right, so it's on and not muted. All right, Delvin Cook. I think this was the right pick here, but also he's kind of older, so following up with Jacobs, who's kind of might be in a competition, but I am a big fan of his game though. DJ Moore, beautiful pick here. And again, Trevor Lawrence, no fan. I think this top five, young guys minus Cook, who is a great core to a team to build a team around. I really like it. Cook's, might have a huge year this year. Might let him, if these guys kind of step it up, especially Trevor Lawrence, maybe this is a team that competes, right away. Maybe it doesn't, but I do like this. Kind of same thing where not because of getting a tight end quarterback here. Not a lot of depth though. I do like Laviscus. I am a fan of Curtis Samuel. I think he's going to have actually a really solid year. Don't really like Rager, but I mean he had a tough year. Maybe he bounces back. So and then kind of getting into Hubbard here, kind of hoping on the McCaffrey injury rather than building depth. So I kind of think and that's whoever created 9 roster spots. For the starting roster spots. I mean, that was a genius idea. Gives every team a question mark. So by saying this, the flex spot is a big question mark. I mean, this is going to be across every team here. So, I do I just think there's kind of a big fall off right here. Maybe Everett will be actually might be a good flex spot here. DPJ, I do like this pick. Good young gun. Fitzpatrick might have actually pretty solid year. So maybe Harry steps it up. McFarland, this might pay off. Najee Harris might be battling injury. It sounds like, I don't know, but I do like this squad. I think this is a better younger squad than a currently fighting squad. I still think he'll compete though. So I might. This is tough. I mean these could obviously be swapped in and out, but I do think this top five though is going to be a great dynasty core again. So I'm gonna have to bump up here for the dynasty rankings. We'll go on just to again we're gonna keep this moving. Try to do it fast. Evan's team. JT, right in 3 spot. I think this was the right pick. The youngest running back out of the top, 5 or 6 or so, whatever you want to call it. Maybe, I think this is good. I really like Indy. I'm biased, but George Kittle, following him was nice. Miles Sanders, not a big believer, but we'll see. Michael Thomas battling injury. Galladay's already injured. Trey Lance, it sounds like he's not going to start right away, even though this is Patty Mahomes 2.0. I'm not going to go on why this is an amazing pick and how this might change the whole league right here, to be honest. I know people are biting that, they couldn't convince Tyler to trade up, so because bad feeling that Trey Lance was going to be gone here. Elijah Moore, great. This might be a really good pick too. Sean Watson, not going to probably be playing, boys. Don't support him again. But maybe he'll be back in a couple of years, and this will be a good value pick. Will Fuller, this is kind of a squad to me that it looks really good. I like this team a lot in the future. This is a couple young studs, including Patty Mahomes 2.0 right here, and Elijah Moore. I think this will be a team that fights hard and will be a big problem for the league in the future. Even down here, I think there's a lot of good young picks here. Olsen might be a running back too right now. Jacob Harris, Callaway even DJ Dallas right now. He's young. They give him the ball a lot. Maybe I don't know. Pete Carroll's weird, but a lot of young squads here, and I think people are gonna emerge. I think once this team kind of plays and gets healthy, once they become starters and once they become healthy, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna start this. This is a problem young squad right here. I think for this season, though, with the Thomas injuries, Galladay's injuries, Trey Lance maybe not starting till the end, Jonathan Taylor, maybe he steps up. Maybe he's their full offense. I don't know. Or maybe he's going to struggle because of Indy's injuries on the O-line, QB, etc. This might be this is probably harsh, but I think he will struggle this year. But in the future, this is going to be a squad. I think he knows what he's doing. Tyler's team. Honestly, pretty solid first 4 picks here. I do like these. I do hate this Tua pick though. Absolutely terrible pick. Especially if Trey Lance here. Could have easily got him on the way back. Hell, maybe even could have got him in the 8th. I don't think anyone was touching him. But yeah, I probably should have traded this pick away and got another pick out of it. Anyway, I do think these 3 receivers are going to be very good to start off. Even Kamara, I don't know if Kamara's going to struggle or he's going to carry the whole Saints offense. Kind of the same thing as JT right here. But Irv Smith, actually good pick. But Cole Kmet, I think this whole quarterback, tight end really hurt this flex spot. And this flex spot falls off so hard right here. Even then another Mac Jones could have built more depth here. Ty will be good for maybe could be good for another season. Jordan Love, I don't know who your quarterback evaluator is, but it seems like they might be looking at something that isn't going to work out. But I don't hate any of these picks. Maybe Snell shows up again. Najee might be hurt. Vaughn actually might be solid here, but Austin Knox, who knows what he's going to do. Maybe he steps it up, but I just think this whole, you got a fairly young, on the verge running back, but then you got really old receivers, then followed up with Tua and a young, you're kind of back and forth here. So it's kind of like you can compete right away, but also like, oh, we're gonna build for the future. And I think that kind of hurt you actually just doing such a strong switch on your team and just filling it up with so many tight ends and quarterbacks. Your flexes. I think you're gonna run into a big flex issue here. I'm gonna throw you here, and as far as this might be harsh, Styler, I'm sorry, man, but I don't like this squad for the future because your whole four are kind of on the older side. I mean, this is gonna be your team in a few years, and you're gonna have these guys are gonna be all old and gone, and it might be tough to build back. So I'm gonna put you here. This might be a little harsh, but I do actually think you will compete this year. Going on, we gotta speed things up. Jason's team, this is a giant core to a team, almost too much of a core to a team. I mean, these three receivers are going to be, especially CeeDee Lamb, people are going to be, why did I not pick, why did I pick Devontae? Why did I pick Stephon Diggs? Why didn't I pick him here? Why didn't I trade up and get him? It sounds like he could have fallen here. People are like, what was I thinking? I don't know how I didn't see the talent, but CeeDee Lamb's going to be a top 5 receiver. That's not even a doubt. I think Jamar Chase will be as well. As long as he's not what is it, Justin James Ross? I can't remember his first name. A Ross 2.0, which I do not think he will be. I mean, we're dealing with 3 of the top 5 receivers in the next few years. I mean, this is a hell of core. Future Hall of Famer Kyle Pitts. There is a ginormous drop-off after here off the team, but I mean, this is a giant core. I think he will be able to fill in the spots, and this will be a problem for the league having this dominant receiving core. And but that being said, he traded away his 4th and 5th. Didn't have a lot of depth to his team. Traded up to get this rookie. We got 5 straight rookies. I don't know what he was thinking, but a lot of rookies. I'm pretty confident he wasn't planning on doing this. 6 straight rookies. J.D. McKissic, great pick here though. I don't know why he fell that far. Half PPR running back. I mean, come on. Myers, another solid flex here. Zach Wilson, who knows? Maybe a lot of running backs can emerge from this little core right here. Kyle Granson, tight end in the future for Indy. I don't know why Tyler Johnson was here. That was, he's another kind of not great right now, but in a couple of years he's, pretty solid skill set. Right now, I mean, we're gonna have to point at the bottom here, just because not a lot of depth, a lot of question marks with rookies. Every team's gonna have question marks, but a lot more question marks here. Also a lot of potential though. So I mean, this is, I almost want to put him up here, but I'll put him down here to be safe. So much potential, so much of a core to his team that all he's got to do is fill in a couple spots and bada bing, bada boom. I don't know if he was trying to make this league a little tough by doing this, not doing this season type of thing, looking ahead in the future, trying to do. I think he was trying to make it tough on himself. Didn't want to win the league too easy. Didn't want to brain dead type of draft for just this season. Talking about brain dead drafting right here. I mean, let's look at this season and let's not consider age or position, life expectancy, career expectancy. I mean, let's just draft like this is the only year we need to win. And yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, he'll be up here, but let's look at the rest of his team for the future. I mean, Derrick Henry maybe he plays to his AP. Maybe he plays for a while. He is a monster. He's not even human. Joe Mixon, I think, since he offense, great. Keenan Allen, he's been, regressing a bit, but maybe he gets, peppered with targets this season and makes up for it. But I mean, this isn't going to be a much longer thing. Russie, I mean, I do believe in Russie. I think this was a good pick, especially considered you got him at the end here. Julio, already battling weed charges, suings, battling injury already too. Old freak though, another freak. Gesicki, he's got 2 as quarterback. Maybe they have a connection. I don't know. I don't hate this. But then we got, just Tyler Boyd, Corey Davis, just very unsexy picks. About as unsexy as you can get these picks. And, unsexy, just this season, especially, I don't even know think about Carson Wentz. This is probably your best youngest pick for a dynasty pick. I mean, maybe he can emerge. I mean, this has got to be your youngest player. He's probably 24 or something like that. Jasicki's 25, 26. I mean, everyone else is, dinosaurs here. Um, this was a good pick though. Booker can be use him as a running back for the beginning in your flex spots. Um, Dan Arnold actually was a solid pick too. Um, yeah, I mean, again, you drafted for this season, it looks like, and you considered absolutely nothing for the future. So, I mean, because of that, I'll give you the top spot. Your team is strong for this season, but you're going to have a huge drop off. It might be embarrassing if you don't win within the first 3 years with this squad, because I believe you'll be able to build it up, maybe trade off some pieces, but to get more younger as the years go on. But it's about as stark as you can get with the power rankings there. Moving on, Matt. Again, we're trying to get this moving here. Sorry, it's taking a bit, but Matt's Saquon. I think this is a good pick. Good value here. I don't think he might not play the beginning of the season, but Darren Waller I think was a stretch. He's old. I mean, right away, kind of going, hey, let's not play this. Let's not play for this season. Let's get Barkley, and then boom, let's get Darren Waller just for like the next 2 seasons or so. So I don't know, kind of Dak's already battling, which sucks. I love Dak though, but Tyler Lockett, I think he is. I don't like it, but I think he is underrated. But I mean, this wide receiver depth is awful. I do think I do love Hardman. I do love Nico Collins. I think one of these guys will play, but this flex spot is the depth is rough. And then Latavius Murray just old, Devontae Adams young. You kind of go back and forth. So you're kind of like you didn't commit to future with Barkley or go for it this season with like Latavius, Darren Waller, yada. So Zach Moss, maybe he emerges. I think a lot of question marks for established people. Cam Akers, and then again like Cam Akers, let's wait till next season. But so I think the kind of back and forth is kind of hurting your team. Like maybe commit to one or the other type of thing. Um, the where did there we go. There we go. Son of a gun. So I think I I don't I want to this year. I mean, with Saquon already battling injuries, I hope Dak comes back for the sake of a lot of my players or for a lot of friends' players. Um, what a wonderful app. I'm gonna have to put you down here, I think. But for the future, and again, since you're kind of confusing with the young and old, I think you might be battled. But I do think you'll be able to fill the spots. No, that was my watch list. Who was on there? Oh, not great guys. So anyway, we'll go on. Those might be a little harsh, but I think you will be able to. I think this is a potential go up. This is just kind of a placeholder right now for you. I do think down here you will struggle though in the first season, especially if Barkley isn't able to come back. Let's go down to Dave. No, yeah, Davey G. Traded back. Najee Harris might be already battling injury. I do like him for a couple seasons though. Antonio Gibson is a monster. Gaskin's not a big fan of this pick, but Jerry Jeudy loved the pick. Again, you're kind of and then reaching for Stafford in an insane way. I do think he has a big year, so I do think your team is solid for this year. Mike Williams will have a monster year. Darryl Mooney, I'm a big fan of him, his skills, but I think it's Diami Brown. I've heard a little bit about him. Van Jefferson, solid here. I think down here, probably one of the better ends to the draft that we have in the league. A lot of potential here for someone to blow up. I do like the young running backs, though. I don't know how long they're going to live for, though, and I think your team will compete right away just because the two running backs, Jerry Jeudy, he's a kind of a future. Maybe has a good year. He's amazing. Best route runner in the league by far. Monster. Just can he get a quarterback type of thing. The flex spot is pretty strong with Mooney, and then even I think Russell Gage even is solid this year. I think I'm gonna be generous here with this sixth thing here, and even for the future, this is gonna be you're gonna be I'm gonna put you right here. I think maybe I'll just put you in the same. Not we'll put you here. I think you will definitely compete this year. This might be a little maybe you should be in the 4 or 5, but um, how long will these running backs last is going to answer this question, and I think the lack of wide receiver depth that you lack for reach for Stafford here is going to be concerning for your team. Could have gotten a lot more, I think, here, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Elijah Moore would have been a hell of a pick right here. I mean, I think he kind of fell. Anyway, I think the running backs can decide your team type of thing, especially for the next few years. I do believe in his dynasty foresight though, so I think even if his team's here, it might be up here. Dean Genuit, I mean, I love this team. I cannot say it enough. Sorry, my voice got a little not as hot, deep as it usually is. Jefferson, hell of a pick right here. Should have been picked up here, honestly. I think the best pick the first round, maybe Nick Chubb too, but CEH following up this young squad right here is just a bunch of young studs, good-looking young studs here. Amari Cooper, and I like CeeDee Lamb a lot more, but this is a good consolation prize right here for a TJ Burrow, even Juju. Maybe he'll come back to rookie Juju, but I mean these first 5 picks, along kind of with Shozier, are just a great core to the dynasty team. Juju, we can step it up. Robbie Anderson's going to be honestly super good this year. So I think you're going to be competing this year and in the future with this core. Just a bunch of young guys. I think you kind of fell off for a year after this Robbie Anderson pick. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know if you were distracted, but Devin Singletary, not a big fan. Zach Moss is probably going to get that job, right? Philip Lindsay, as much as I like him, I don't know. Hawkins actually might be a solid pick here. Gronk, what were you thinking? Derek Carr, I mean, KJ Hamler, I do like his game, but he's been a lot of injuries, but a lot of skill set. Down here, I mean, Randall Cobb, Travis Fulgham could pick up. A lot of what the heck were you even doing here, type of thing. But, I mean, if we focus on this part, which is going to be the core of your team, I think you're going to be competing right away. For a championship, and I got to give you the top nod right now, just because this core 5, even 6 down to here. I think I like it a little more, just because like compared to Shozie's, just more wide receivers, and I think that's kind of better for the dynasty rather than the 2 running backs right away. So that's why I'm gonna kind of put you ahead of like Shozie's area. I think you did a great job. We'll go on. Brian, leading off with Patty Mahomes. Again, just ignore running back. You got to love to see that. I think Ayuk, there's so much potential. I think Godwin he needs to get thrown to more, really. And Ridley's a monster as long as his ankle stays healthy. I mean, Patty Mahomes got your guy. He's not going to make it back. I do like the pick. Trace Ramon sounds like he's really solid right now. I know some people were targeting him. Sutton, if he stays healthy, I mean this guy is also a fantastic receiver. Gallup, maybe he can. I don't like him, but maybe he'll see a lot of relief pressure from the other studs like CD and Amari on his team, and maybe gets a lot of underhand tosses to him for free yards. Gus, I don't hate it. A lot of flex strength right here, but also kind of question mark in this this running back spots though and tight end spots. So will you be able to fill the spots? I believe so. I really believe you'll be able to fill these spots, but this kind of same thing as Dean. This is a really solid beginning squad right here for a dynasty. And it sounds like this was kind of the area to be in the draft. I mean, down here, Xavier Jones, might pay out. Dalton Schultz, where the hell his name is, Schultz. Not seeing a ton that I like. I think I like a couple picks here though, but I still think. I mean, I, I'm gonna put you up here. We're kind of filling out these spots early, but you are. Where do I put you here though? I might be extra. I, I might be extra cruel right here by putting you in the 9 spot, but I think because of the Trace Mon taking time, there's a lot. You'll fill in these running back and tight end spots eventually, but I think you're gonna struggle with that. But maybe Patty just makes up for it anyway. I think Ayuk either has a big season or he takes another season to kind of fill in. Um, I don't know about like this Cortland Gallup, so I'm gonna put you down here. I think Cortland might take a year or two to kind of come back to speed. So I'm gonna. This is probably a little harsh, but up here I think this is more than fair. I mean, this is gonna be a real squad. Going on, trying to move it along. We got Kyle Anderson. Starting off with, looking at it right away, gut reaction is kind of almost like a win now team. Tyreek on the older side, but still pretty young. Could have got someone like CeeDee Lamb a little younger here, or AJ Brown. But goes to DeAndre Swift though, a nice young running back. Kyler Murray, nice young quarterback, going to be a staple for his team. And then another two young running backs that are, but also kind of like struggling to keep their jobs type of thing. And then Deontay Johnson, who I think will be in the top 10-5, absolute steal right here. So terrible tight end though. I mean, sharing time. He's young though too though. So I think you got a lot of young players that I don't love, but I don't hate either. I think this can go kind of anywhere. Either way. Landry, I mean, ugh, is he ever gonna do anything? Sexy? No, not really. So, um, Greg Davis, or what's his name again? It's not Greg. Gabriel. Gabe Davis. I like this pick. Cohen, don't hate it. Devontae, I think, kind of fell to you. Don't hate it either. Noah Gray might have been a stretch, but honestly, this could pay off. I think and even this guy, I think it's like, it's crazy name, but I don't hate the squad. I don't love this squad. I think you're going to be able to fill some spots. So I think you're going to need to fill some spots at running back and even your flex spots, just because I think at this point you just kind of punt tight end. You could have got another wide receiver here, type of thing. And then you trade. It looks like you gave away this pick. I mean, this guy not terrible though, but I think the flex is hurting a lot, and I think the running backs you're going to need to replace pretty soon. But also they are pretty solid right now. So I want to put you. Let's put you here. I think you'll compete right away. It sounds if Tyreek's hurt, or if Kelsey's hurt, Tyreek's gonna get an insane amount of targets. I am gonna put you a little lower here though on the I think there's a lot of question marks that you're gonna have to replace. I think you will be able. I think you will do it, but it might be harsh too. But we're gonna go on. I don't. I think this is fair. I think this is a little harsh, but a lot of pieces to fit in. Eric, going on. AJ Brown, Dobbins, Lamar, T Higgins, another like top 5, just great to build the dynasty around. I do really like this. Again, getting this quarterback tight end, it seems like the common theme with getting these young 5 guys in this dynasty. And then also kind of building like a Mike Davis, Kenner Drake. This is a big question. I don't know how to evaluate that, but David Johnson, underrated, kind of keeps getting points. I do think this 3 running back approach kind of hurt you. I think you could have got some wide receivers here that could have, added longevity to the dynasty team. I hate Zach Ertz. Kirk Cousins I think was a good pick. Sammy Watkins actually everyone, I don't know. People always say good things about him, but Emmanuel Sanders like a win now type of thing too. I think he actually does have a really solid year. Williams here, maybe he'll show up. Daryl and Damien. I like this pick right here. Zacharysis, or I don't know what his name is. Zachar. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I think this is a solid, again, another top 5 like people on your team that I think you will be competing right away with all of these people. I think they're all kind of they're in the ground ready to roll. I do think you have a solid dynasty squad. Again, the top five, kind of same with the Chris. I think it's in the same kind of grouping. I think I would have actually liked to see what you did with what Chris did over here with getting wide receivers rather than running backs, but that's why I'm going to put him a spot below, actually. I'm glad it kind of worked out that way. But anyway, I do like this squad, though. Really good. Going on, trying to finish up this wonderful video. Aaron. So what spots we're just going to fill in, maybe. But anyway, Aaron. Devontae Diggs. Oh, I mean, these are going to be top 2 receivers for, next year, I think, on any team. Then going, see, I kind of going back and forth again. Like you're kind of in the win now. These guys they're still fairly young, but a little old. They only got a couple more years left. Then you went straight, bagging on this guy, Javonte Williams, I believe. Kareem Hunt trading back for him. Okay, interesting. Then getting Waddle. I think this is solid. Odell, I mean, Justin Fields, not bad. You're kind of in this, like, these your core receivers to your team are only going to have a few more years left. Even as good as they are, they're going to fall off eventually because they're kind of up there in age. But they definitely got a couple good years ahead of them. I think you are also... But then you also have this kind of wait and see how these kind of guys are. Jalen Hurts, I think, will have a good year this year again. Your tight ends, again, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith fighting. Marvin Jones is, again, very old, but good solid this year. This running back depth, though, in this flex position really falls off, though, for me. I mean, Odell, Ruggs he did absolutely nothing his rookie year. And then, Marvin will fill in. But then past this, I mean, Penny, I'm not seeing anything I really love down here past, Marvin Jones. So I think you'll compete this year with, again, your stud receivers. 4 or 5, I don't think. I'll put you here. I don't know who's left. Maybe you should deserve 4, but I think you'll compete this year. But, I mean, as far as... I think I want to put you down here for Dynasty because I think you're going to hit a point. I don't play WoW. What a loser game that is. I think you're going to struggle to fill. Yeah, a lot of things to fill with a lot of old people. Starting with you're going to hit a point, and it's going to be tough to figure out when to let go of people and when to replace them, type of thing. I do think you have a solid squad, though. I think you did a pretty solid draft up until, the first however many rounds. 6 rounds I really like. Even Hurts I do like. Marvin Jones I like. But going on. Kevin. We got Nick Chubb. Great first pick here. I think this is like the most value pick right here, along with Justin Jefferson. Eckler, I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't know how long he's going to last, but we'll see. Following up with, starting off with 3 running backs, I'm personally not a fan of that, but he's still pretty young. Number 1 wide receiver, this means it's Robert Woods. I think he's 30. He's going to have a good year. I think he will have a good first year. So, with all this being said, first 4 picks, following up with Aaron Rodgers and Darren Henderson, Henderson. You're kind of in a win now right now mode right here. And this is a very good top 5. It's going into the flex. Your wide receiver 2, Marquise Brown, though. The Marquise Brown being your wide receiver 2, Tyrell Williams actually might have a pretty solid. You just no wide receiver depth at all. My God. Yeah, trading off these picks and then going tight end, quarterback will do that to you over here. Coleman. Yeah, I won't play that game. Don't support what they're doing either, right? Not really too many young. Pringle, Preston Williams. I do like this squad right now. I think you will be like this is you're definitely get this 4 spot right here for sure. Down here though, I don't know how down you're expecting me to go down here, but this is definitely a rebuild squad. I mean, Matt Ryan, Winston, Rodgers, your quarterback, your tight end, Frick, whatever. And then you got a lot of running backs, no receivers. I mean, for me that's gonna put you down here. Um, I think you will be able to rebuild. How many spots we got? We got 2. Who do we skip? Uh-oh. Brad. We just skipped over Brad. I did not mean to do that. But I mean, I kind of know this team, kind of symbolic, It's a complete accident, seriously. But Brad, we got Zeke traded off. You will be kicking yourself knowing that CD was available for you to pick here. I think it was good getting the 4 or 5 picks here, but I think he really just missed with, Devontae Smith, or I don't know what this guy's first name is. It is Devonta Smith. He went young, then he went really old here. Thielen's he's only got to have like one good. He's a white receiver. It's gonna fall off. Claypool, I think actually could be really solid. So Mark Andrews is a young tight end. Josh Allen, the star of the team right here. So it's like I hate. Nothing like sticks out. Claypool does have potential, but I think you missing this right here, this second round, really hurt you. Melvin Gordon, maybe he leads Denver in touches for this year. But then then you go straight tight end. This would have been nice to. Low Tom's is all right. I'm not gonna criticize it. This part, though, I will say, though, going straight to handcuff in round 8 is a little rough. And then going double handcuffs, just kind of hoping for a lot of things. A lot of lotto tickets. Another lotto ticket here. I probably said it the last video, but Trayon Smith already battling injury. So, right away, injured right now. Daniel Jones, I wouldn't have picked up I would have added a lot more depth here. There's so much potential to add depth to your team, and I think you just kind of missed it. Cook, this guy actually heard solid things about him. Cook, though, he might have a good year this year, but Gurley doesn't even have a team. Mon was a good pick. The rest of these is just like, wasted picks. A lot of wasted picks here. So much wasted potential with all the picks that he had. This might be, well, let's see what. I think 14 is harsh, no doubt about it. But this is what we got right here for a spot, and I don't want to just fill in Steve here. But let's look at this. We might need to adjust this after we'll go through this. But this dynasty ranking is definitely down here for me because you just kind of went, you're kind of youngish, but also just like really old and really like trying to get other people hurt type of thing. Antonio Brown, like you could have really built a lot of dynasty depth and you didn't. I think you're gonna have to a lot more things to fill. So I definitely think 14 for dynasty. This might be a little harsh. I think you should maybe be up a couple, maybe even like up to 12 or 11. So maybe we'll adjust that. Let's go on though to Steve. Just kind of a team though. That's why I actually skipped over it. Accidentally. Going on to Steve, the last pick. I do like this squad. It is unfortunate you're dealing with a Kelsey injury right now. We'll see how serious that gets. Aaron Jones will have a monster year, especially with Rodgers coming back. I gotta talk deeper. I don't know what happened to my voice. Herbert, I think I love this pick for the future. Evans, I hope he gets more targets in Tampa Bay. DJ Chark, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I kind of like it. Lean towards 51% like. Bateman, I love this pick. It sounds like he's emerging. Pittman, I'm a big fan of Indy, so I think you did a good job. I think someone's gonna emerge from these. I think you did a good job picking 4 receivers here, though. Damon Harris, will he leave this job or keep this job? Tunyon is a good flex spot, so I think you kind of have a lot of flex depth right here. Tom Brady. He might have a fucking year. He got to remember, brand new team, brand new offense. Second year in an offense, Tom Brady. Fucking hell. You got a lot of young guys here. Not that I necessarily love, but I think people will emerge from here that I don't think will. So Hunter Long was a good pick right here for sure. I like this squad. I do. Kelsey is old. It is tough to use such an old guy on a second round pick, and now he's hurt. So like kind of does hurt you. You're gonna have some spots to fill. I think one or two of these guys aren't gonna make it, but I do think one or two of these are. So I think you're gonna have another spot to fill with this. So, but I think you definitely fill these spots. I definitely think this is kind of fair though. I think you're gonna be battling for this year. You kind of got a solid squad for now and for the future. So I mean I think this right in the middle is a good idea, or a good whatever ranking, a fair ranking. Couldn't be a little maybe higher for both, like a spot or two. But overall, like the team. Um, as far as reordering this power rankings, what do I want to do here? I think we're gonna do like a tier list of power rankings here. So rather than move people around, I mean I think because I believe this too is that there's like a top area to this, a middle area, and then a bottom. So I think the top kind of stays. These guys are going to be competing for a championship this year. I think these are the top dogs right here. And then I think even going down, I think Ryan, again, I think Ryan could be a little higher. So I think this is a good spot to draw. This is like the middle tier that'll still be definitely competing, definitely a high shot to win and fight it out. I mean, the good thing is there's a lot of question marks for each team, and that's what makes this league great. Who's gonna trade, who's gonna find hit gold with some late picks. There's a lot of question marks, and I think those if these people fill in those question marks, I mean they're competing right away and become a top dog for this year. I will draw another tier line right here. I think after Brad, and then Evan, Jason, they can chill at the bottom. They might have a rough year, but as we go into these, I mean, we're gonna see they're towards the top. So I think just a matter of time for both those teams. I do think Tyler, Matt, Brad, though, I think they're just they're missing a couple pieces. Like they got, if their young guys show up, if their old guys don't get hurt, I think they can still compete though. So not terrible about these teams, but power rankings. Do I want to draw a line here, Chris? I think if I do that, do we want to do a giant one? I think these guys have a. We're gonna go down Eric. We're going down Eric because I think all these guys have all these teams have a great core to their team that I think people are gonna realize are going to be a problem later on. And then these are more so. This kind of gets like a little more question mark area. Like they got more spots to fill. Maybe less studs is the best way to think about it. I am going to. This might be harsh, but I'm going to draw a line right here. I think like these teams. I think the common theme is the stars in these teams. Like Kelsey here, Tyreek, Waller. These like they're going to diminish and they need to fill some more holes. I do think they got to. I think all these teams have a good young squad though behind them though. They just have to fill a couple more spots. Where these guys have more studs and still spots to fill. Then we're gonna draw another tier here. Tyler and Brad. I think just a little more question marks, a little more spots to fill. Not that they're too far off from right here, just more spots to fill. Not saying they can't, but and then I think this is fair, leaving Kevin Brawley down here. I mean, big win now teams, not built for the future at all. We'll have a lot. We have I think Chubb here, right? Chubb is a good centerpiece, but the rest of it are just going to be you're going to have to fill the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, the tight ends. Brownlee is just going to the wide receivers are just going to fall off, and it's just going to be and I think those are going to be the toughest to fall or to fill in. So, I think this is a pretty fair tier list. Maybe, again, Ryan could be up to even, 6, 7. Kyle could be up to 7, 8 over here. I think would be no problem at all. Like these are kind of moving around people, but I I do like. I don't definitely play this game. I do like this kind of tier thing I did at the end here. That's the video. I hope it was less than 45 minutes, closer to 30. But thanks for listening. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody. Have fun.